Hey, this is Russ with Role-Playing Bubble Radio. We're playing Ashen Stars. This is a new mini-campaign. We're going to have two groups, and they're both teams of lasers, which are freelance troubleshooters. Amazing lasers. Well, we'll see how amazing you are.
Which one is the major laser,
laser. Ashen Stars is a sci-fi role-playing game by Robin Laws. It is a space opera. Somewhat gritty, so think like Star Trek reboot, that kind of thing.
Or Firefly, but with more.
Or Firefly, yeah.
With more aliens.
With a lot more aliens. The fact, is anyone human here?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kinda. I mean,
kind of.
Side,
you were. Okay, you were.
I was once upon a time.
So
it was
to give
too
it
boring.
a brief...
You got better.
You got better. We had the technology.
To your latest
we can
medical
improve.
scan, you are still 21.732% human.
Damn it!
Yeah, but how can we get the other 21.7% out?
In a massive, in the galaxy far, far away, there was the Combine, a massive galactic civilization spanning multiple empires, 7 major species of aliens, including the humans, all working, coexisting peacefully, more or less, and everything was great until some asshole showed up, the Mohilar, and there was a big fucking war. That lasted for 10 years, ended 7 years ago. And after that, Combine was barely hanging on, and people were kind of, a lot of hundreds or many frontier worlds were kind of left on their own, colony worlds. And so the Combine is now enlisting private contractors, i.e. you guys, people like you, to go out and solve their problems. So... there are negotiation mechanics and stuff like that. We're not going to get into that because this is going to be kind of the tutorial adventure, or at least the start of it. So first off, you are the crew of the Holiday, a runner-class ship with 5 members. Your 5th one is an NPC, NPC strategic coordinator, and
Gary.
Gary. Yep, Gary the human. And
Hi, Gary the human.
that's how you call him. He's like, whatever. I got a jam.
I don't want no one to take my job.
I was a janitor in the war, but now I'm a commander of a ship, even though you don't do what I tell you to do.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Actually, it's like we let him give orders, but
Yeah. So,
Gary, is this that human thing you call humor? I believe there are those who would find that droll.
I don't know what you're talking. I just want to have a nice uniform. Anyways, and you found me under a park bench. Anyways, so let's go introduce the crew of the Holiday. We're going to start on my left. We have
Ethel Voltaire. I am a Voss Mall. I have the warp side position of comms and the ground side position of survey. And what else do you need to know about me?
Anything notable about what you did during the war?
Well, during the war, I was a swirling energy beam, untethered from this limited notions of time and space and causation.
All right. And now you're in a meat body. How do you feel about that?
ugh.
We're gonna get back.
You'll get better.
It's a temporary setback.
It's a temporary state, but we're gonna get back to being free.
Okay. All right.
You're a bird.
So maybe even a positive. It's a learning experience.
Exactly.
Do you think if you align your chi properly, it'll work?
Not yet, but it's possible.
Thank you, Renee. Next up, we have Jason, who is playing.
It's Jason. I'm playing Val 1138. I am cybe-enhanced humanoid species.
Cybes are cybernetically enhanced human to the point where they're basically a different species now.
My position on the warp side is gunner. My ground side position is security officer.
All right.
Also gunner?
Well, I mean, gunning things down. Anything notable that you did?
You gun a lot.
Yes.
Anything during the war that you did?
I fought in a militia. My human form was not effective. I had to strive for perfection.
All right.
And to upgrade and modify until I could eventually find my way into being better.
All right. So you upgraded yourself to the latest and greatest technology. And next up we have Tom.
Hey, I'm playing Kirkchik, or KC as everyone calls him. I am the Kitchvik, which are the locust insect aliens.
You are Bug.
I am Bug, and
Weird.
I am the.
That's okay, man.
I'm. Of course it is. I'm awesome with it. Yeah. On the ship, I am the ship's pilot, and when we're on the ground, I'm the tech officer.
Okay. And what did you do during the war?
I flew a battleship. I helmed a battleship during the war.
Okay.
And kept it intact.
Yeah. Didn't die or anything.
Didn't die or anything. I could have.
You could have.
And come back and.
Yeah.
But no,
That's the thing your
I'm
species
such a
does
good
it.
pilot that I didn't die.
Great.
Which is good.
Which is good. And finally, we have David, who is playing.
I am Dr. Io Wow. I am the ship's medical officer. On the ground side, I am also the ship's medical officer. My race is Bala, which means that I have no emotions that you are aware of.
Actually, I think it's the exact opposite. Isn't it?
They constantly have to suppress their emotions.
I have no emotions that you are aware of, Casey.
Like, dude, I've seen you.
Yeah.
That time we got accused of that thing, I remember that. I took video of it with my phone.
All right, make a suppress emotion checks.
Just let him be, man. Let's let him be.
Like,
All right, so what
John
did
Lennon.
you? So Iowa, what did you do during the war?
I saw action in a non-combat role. Specifically, I was a doctor. I did the same thing then that I do now, which is deal with a lot of grievous wounds.
Were you on the planet or ship side, or did you kind of move?
I went where
Hospital.
I was most needed.
Okay, so you moved around. All right. Were you in the military, or were you like treating the civilian population?
I dealt with a great number of grievous wounds, mostly military, but sometimes, unfortunately, civilians were injured as well.
Okay.
For the emotional expression, he was like Dr. Cox from Scrubs.
So,
Angry.
kind of like Doctors Without Planetary Borders, essentially.
More or less.
all right.
I was actually part of a military, but unfortunately, when the chain of command is broken down, because rather large pieces of it end up getting obliterated.
Set
Sometimes orders do not exactly come clearly from where they should. So in those cases, I still provided what medical aid I could in whatever places I could.
Okay. So you've all found yourselves a part of the same crew for the same ship, enlisted as you're private contractors. So you're working as lasers. So you've all gotten a contract. We're not going to deal with a bidding mechanic right now because
It is okay. Gary will lead us to victory.
Yes. So Gary's there. All right, everyone. Got a job. It's going to be multiple jobs. We're going to be here for a little bit. It's not just a one and done. Do one thing, save the day, and get out. We're going to be here for a little bit. Abundance 5 needs our help. It was a former synth culture world. Y'all familiar with that?
Actually, I have evidence. I actually have human history it too.
Okay.
So I guess I'm like, when I hear what type of world it was,
Yeah.
I'll know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah. All right. So, for those of you who are not, our history buff, history trivia contest winner 3 times in a row. So, synth culture worlds were formerly resorts. They were emulating historical eras. This one was doing an Earth era, the Wild West. Seemed to be
I understand.
amalgam of both historical and fictional depictions thereof. But because they were isolated, they were cut off, they're no longer under Combine rule, they're kind of independent. And they kind of... The former mayor, let's see here, he's now known as the Tyrant Ironstache, but, because, he had a mustache, and, he's thought to be made of iron. Anyways, it was...
Well, he's clearly not.
No. But anyways, Ironstache, he kind of...
Inefficient metal to be made from.
Well,
Titanium is much better.
he took those. Normally, those resorts had sort of rules to made the simulations not super hardcore. This one made it like anything that was not era appropriate would be banned, and children were forced into the lifestyle. Yeah. So. Of course, after the war, the Combine ship went by, made contact. The children found out, oh, there's spaceships and there's a whole universe of people, and that sparked a civil war. They've kind of settled things now, but there's two factions. The cowboys is what they call themselves, the people who want to live to their synthetic culture, and then the rebels who want to rejoin modern society, and they haven't quite worked it out yet. They've kind of settled on a democratic political system. It's real complicated, I'll be honest.
Sounds like a lovely house of cards.
Yeah, and got upset a little while ago. There's a big old new group, congregation of the Karen cult, or the New Faith. Y'all remember the story? You've all heard the stories of Karen, right?
No.
Yes, indeed.
Not familiar.
She was a big human hero. I thought you would have maybe got you to.
Oh yeah, I know about her.
Yeah, so basically, she was a big old hero. He pulls up, some video of this.
With dramatic music behind it.
And he had some with, let's see here. Karen Johns saved the planet, the people of the planet Par from the annihilation from a biobomb by fusing with an ancient energy being native to that world.
Neat.
Since then, visionaries around the galaxy have seen her in dreams and performed active psychic healings. They say that she ascended to the godhood that day, and the union of flesh and energy becoming something more than the sum of the whole.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking
So
about.
that is
Like
extremely insensitive
re-evolution.
to say around poor Echo.
No, we're gonna get back to that. That is future.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just the facts. It's what they believe. Anyways, Karen had a spa day on this planet, and so it's a holy site for the pilgrimage. And
I understand.
yeah. So, anyways, neither the cowboys or the rebels like the Karenites at all. But anyways, they're all kind of dealing with things, right now. So we're supposed to sit down and talk to our contact. Well, Grandpa Sampson is our mayor of Rio Bravo. Yeah. That's the name of the town we're supposed to sit down on and talk to. We're in orbit right now.
Where
My feet are up in the console. I'm sure this is going to be a nice, fun gig.
Where shall we requisition the dachshunds?
The dachshunds?
If we are going to be going to a weird West world, we should all get a long little doggy.
No, that's not. I know you're as a ball. You're not.
Burn the witch!
Wait, no, that's not how human history works at all. That's not a literal thing.
Do cowboys not get long little doggies?
No, they get along. I think they get along. That means they were friendly with each other.
I could tell you the whole story, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Because you're entertaining me too much.
Anyways, any questions? So go talk to Grandpa Sampson. Find out what the job is. I'll be up here monitoring things on the ship like I usually do. Thank you again for rescuing me that park bench.
Well, it looked like a very cold bench.
It was cold and rainy, and I was getting mold on my...
Right.
Well, anyways, yeah.
Come on, bring it in.
No.
Bring it in.
Do you have plenty of your keep an eye on things whiskey stash?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not synthesizing nothing that's illegal.
We bought some fresh stuff the last time.
Okay.
You don't need to hide it from us.
When you take... Yeah, we're all right. So you can... I don't know if they teleport down or if they the shuttle.
As we go, it's like having a pet human.
Yeah. Technically your leader. But you realize it's his name on the contract, so if things go wrong, he's the
if
one
things go
who's-
pear-shaped, he's our insurance.
Yeah.
Blame Gary.
So we keep him fed and happy.
Yeah. You can always just scrub out and put a new name on the ship and re-register it on a different
Dude,
planet.
seriously, guys, if it ever comes to that, I will eat him.
Okay. I'll just say, you teleport down to, take a shuttle down. I actually don't. I'm not.
I don't think they have teleporters.
Okay.
Between one moment and the next, we are now on the planet.
Yeah, you are. You
Through the magic of editing.
Yeah, you get. Yeah. I was busy this week. I wasn't able to absorb all the details. You get to the town of Rio Bravo, which is the largest city. It used to be the heart of the resort itself when it was a resort world. Now, of course, it's mostly held by the cowboys. They're the ones who live
the life.
Live the life. There's shantytowns set up for the rebels because they're trying to build an imitation of newer architectural styles with what resources they've had.
Behold, pillars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pillars, and they found out about exposed concrete, so they're just building all these boxy buildings that are very brutal. Yes, thank you. Very subtle. So it's the latest thing.
That's really brutal.
The Karanik cult is up on a mountain. You can see in the distance. That's where the spa was. But there's some groups here. People sit down here and go on their pilgrimage. So it's a bustling town. There's, decent size. No one's particularly paying too much attention to you right now. You do hear a Karenite preacher in the distance, talking about and some cowboys heckling him.
The fortified cactus minerals of the spa water?
No, the Karen was talking about. Well, did you stop and listen? I mean,
man.
Okay, so you stop and listen. The cowboys are getting real angry at this old man who's like, "I've seen the truth. I have been to the planet Pa. We know. I felt Karen's presence herself. She wants us all to be one, to rejuvenate our minds and our spirits. It's like, get off the stake. Let's get the synth tar. Let's get the synth feathers, I mean, no, they're just tar and feathers. That's what we're supposed. Oh yeah, that's right.
Dagnabbit.
Yeah, dagnabbit. So these are kind of younger cowboys. They're still learning the synthetic culture. So it looks like there's going to be some sort of confrontation, which it's not your job to deal with, but you totally could. Or anybody who's not paying attention too much, or you can see there's some people dressed in very handmade combine fashion, like basically Starfleet uniforms that were patched together from burlap and cotton and that kind of thing. So those must be some rebels. They're looking at you guys very intently, whispering, pointing at you. Some of them rush over to you and say, "Wait, are you a laser?"
Yes, I am.
Hey man, we got on you. Do you want to trade?
Well, I left most of my trade goods in my other uniform.
Oh.
Why,
wait, you're one of the, Creequarcock crew, right?
You have the worst accent when you try to say it.
Okay,
it's close enough.
You like eating things, right?
Well, I can't, I like to say I live a little, yeah.
Do we have real beans? And rabbits?
What are beans?
Do you want to come? Yeah, come. Yeah. Tell us about the combine.
What are beans?
A very poor imitation food that is used for both sustenance of carbohydrates and protein.
It's all just energy, man.
I'm not asking you. How would you know?
There's very unpleasant chemical reactions in human bodies.
They are vegetable-based. They are legumes.
What is rabbit?
It's a small mammal.
Oh, well, that's better. You want, what do you think, guys? Should we just go check in first, or
Unfortunately,
why are we
are on the clock.
here?
Perhaps we
You could call up Gary and ask for a reminder.
And we're supposed to go see the mayor.
We are supposed to
Oh,
see
right.
Grandpa Sampson.
Well, tell you what, put a pin in that. We've got to go see the mayor really quick.
No, don't see him.
Well,
please do not actually put a pin in the rabbit, as you might cause it harm.
Oh no, it's dead.
well, that's the best kind. I don't know.
I guess you can put a pin in it if you wish.
Okay.
I suppose we can linger a bit then.
Come on. So yeah, you can talk to them if you want.
Well, we should get to know the various factions involved here. I mean, that would only be polite, right?
However, our mission says that we must speak with Grandpa Sampson first. He is the contracting party, therefore he is the one that we must see.
I'm going to go get to know them. You need me when there's shit broken and you need to fly.
I will go with him.
That's the old pepper boy. Come on now. Arm around him. Let's go.
Okay.
We just need to travel all the paths.
Like, what she said. What she said.
You are advocating for splitting the party, which
That's
is
okay, man.
normally it is.
Yeah, we're all united under something or other, right? Some
That
oneness.
is not the smartest course of action.
But I feel him, and it's in the cosmos.
Like,
As long as you do not.
do you know what she's saying?
If there were fate points, I would.
Stay within communication range.
Shouldn't that be the planet?
We're always in communication.
Like, yeah, because of
We will maintain proper
Like,
communication protocols.
yes, we have headsets. And,
Unless you're on the other side of the planet or it's being jammed, you'll be fine.
but what are the odds of that happening?
Yeah, what are they?
If your communication is jammed, please let us know at the earliest convenience.
All right, so you're going with the rebels?
Yeah.
Send out an energy signal,
All right.
man.
And you're going with the rebels?
I'm going with him. I don't know if I want to.
Like,
that.
come on, man!
I'm
Like,
going with
I was
the
like,
rebels.
come on! This rabbit stuff sounds great. Do you eat? I honestly sometimes don't know if you actually still do that.
I take a synthetic injection of maximal based proteins, carbohydrates, and fats to maintain optimal function of my living tissue.
By the gods and the spirits, I pity you. I'm sorry. I can't. It's okay.
It's more food for you, man.
Yeah, we'll get you through this.
Let's see here.
Hey, I think
Ethel
humans are-
Voltaire, where are you going?
I'm going.
Oh, you're going to see the mayor? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the mayor's office is not too far. You split up. You can hear the crowd grab a lot of yelling as they grab the Karaite preacher and start
Or just look back like that's religion. You don't want to mess with that.
yeah. So it's turned into a big scuffle, but it seems to be a rowdy kind of town. So the two of you get to the mayor's building pretty quickly. It's a big. If you have Earth history, you would know that this is stylized as a Southern plantation manor, which would be out of place with the Wild West.
I could tell you that, but
You're not there. So it's just a big building with a big front porch and pillars, and it looks very nice.
And you got a vague racist feeling from it.
Yeah. So there is an armed man with a 6-shooter on his belt. He's like, you must be the new hired guns.
I mean, aren't we all really?
Oh, don't mind that. That's just Zeke. He's testing out a new gun. It don't work too well. Anyways, y'all going back. Mayor's waiting to see you. He's real anxious. You guys are a little late. He's real anxious. So, anyways. He points you to the inside the house.
All right.
So you head in there. You see there's a lot of commotion going on. There's several offices and people yelling at each other. It seems they're talking about legal paperwork, and there's rebels. There's Karenites. It seems like a hotbed of activity, both political, legal, and
What does
business.
claim jumping mean?
I don't know. I don't have any human history.
Yep.
And we don't have claims in Boss Mall culture.
Casey, what does claim jumping mean?
Hey.
Well, Ross, I'm KC.
So yeah, you're talking about that. So yeah, sorry.
He's what's that?
What does claim jumping mean? What does cattle rustling mean? And what did that third man say?
I don't know.
Shooting varmints.
It's shooting varmints. I love that.
Shooting varmints was a classic old human world activity where you shoot varmints. You know what varmints are, right?
They're class 2 xenopredator.
Yeah, class two xenopests.
Yeah.
The small ones.
Yeah. And
Rodent-based?
cattle rustling is a time-honored tradition in which you steal animals belonging to somebody else, and then you have epic stories over it.
What is belonging?
And what was the other thing you mentioned?
Well, Ethel, that would be the concept of ownership.
Claim jumping, cattle rustling,
I
shooting
mean-
varmints. There's just those three. So, All right, so you two, you're let into the office. We'll get back to your conversation.
How is it that I'm the only one that knows this stuff? Does Gary?
Yeah, Gary, you can ask him.
I don't want to call him.
Horrifying life.
If you ask me,
Like most people,
if you ask me about geology or botany, I can help.
well, I can talk to you
I
about
can help with
geology.
that too.
I can talk to you about geology. But I'm sorry, I'm going to get some rabbit.
Yeah. Okay, so you're let in to a brutalist bunker, essentially.
I was like, oh, very, very defensible.
Yeah.
This looks like it would withstand, well, not very heavy bombardment, but
Yeah, they're very proud of it. They thank you. You know,
Yeah.
they're cooking and skinning rabbits.
this, those look delicious.
So the young guy who led you here is like, don't worry, it's not me. We just give him the stew or give him stew. You don't want none, or do you?
No.
Okay.
Like, he no longer has the pleasure.
We want to be hospitable, of course.
He no longer has the pleasure of food the way we do.
Oh, okay. There's there's like, what's it like? I've always wanted to be not organic.
Like, it is fucking awesome.
So
Have
anyways,
you ever experienced a moment where all time stopped around you and you could look around
Every time I
and
look in the
truly
mirror,
appreciate that you were better than everything
Every
that
time
you
I-
could see
Yeah.
as you won?
I want to. That sounds great.
like every time I look in the mirror,
I was just going to be settling for not getting, tuberculosis every winter and breaking bones when I, anyways.
it's like, hey, what has two appendages and agrees with you? This guy.
Anyways, so they give you the stew. You try it. Do you like it?
Yeah, dude, the rabbit, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's onions and other
Like,
things.
this is this garnish or?
Are you? You don't
Garnish mixed in with everything else. Yes.
you don't eat vegetables at all?
It's taste garnish.
Well, I can. I'll be polite.
Okay. And it's onion, pretty basic.
Mandibles clicking. That's my way.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. It's so many layers.
Layers upon layers.
It's layers upon layers. It's like, and then I'll just rattle off some vegetable from my home world that's basically an onion.
He's like, write that down. We got to find that. We're trying to learn more about the rest of the universe and everything. We're trying to get off.
Oh well, that's where we come from,
Yeah, I know. That's why I invited you here. What are y'all here for anyway? Did the mayor come here? He's not here to. You're not here to rough us up or nothing, right? Because of the settlement, no one's supposed to hire people to attack us. We're all supposed to be at peace and stuff.
No. We're more like. Actually, I'm gonna because I said we're like sheriff's deputies, really.
Oh, okay. So you're peacekeepers.
We're being hired on to we solve problems, keep the peace. That's what we do.
Oh, okay. What problem have you been? What? Wait, are you going to Ford? Ford.
Is that the mayor?
Nope.
They're like, no, that doesn't ring a bell.
Wait. Oh. So okay.
The mayor,
Mayor.
he hired. I believe he.
No, Ford's the moon. Are you hired to go there?
Honestly, my associates are checking in with our actual assignment. Actually, our captain.
Well, you're a robot and you're a bug, so they can't really read laughter.
Yeah.
But we're doing the good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Very much a.
sorry. Our. I can't get the word out. I am so sorry. Captain.
Our captain.
Yes, thank you. He was very light on the details. He's not a very good captain.
Yeah. Well, okay.
We found him under a bench.
Well, we know we have some. We've been brought. Ever since
It's a rather nice bench.
ever since the Mayflower went up there, they haven't come back. We think there's some sort of problem up there. And if you want to do a little side work, if you want to get some extra, creds or something, we could work out a deal.
Right.
What is the Mayflower?
Oh, it's a big cargo ship. Went up there. There's some sort of. Some of our people, it was a big old thing. Like, they need a lot of warm bodies for digging up something up on there. Some sort of alien ruin or something. And so they didn't have enough people from their own crew. So even the cowboys signed on. Some of them did. And then some of us signed on. Of course, we all want to work on spaceships because space.
It is pretty amazing. It is pretty amazing.
And the Karenites did, too, because they wanted to show off that, they're here to be peaceful and stuff. A bunch of weirdos. And anyways, so they ain't come back yet. Because we're really eager to find out what happened, what's up on there. But what I did hear is that there's maybe something valuables up there. And if you can help us bring it back, we could maybe trade for it. Like, we can get you all the rabbit you want. There's some stuff that was scattered on. There were a couple of crashed ships over the war. We found some of their stuff.
Do you have any uncooked rabbits?
Well, yeah.
May I?
Well, are you going to eat them now? Oh, the raw? Like, maybe. Well, no, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
It's like, I'm so sorry. Like, how much for the raw skin rabbit?
Yeah, if you want to just take it with you, sure. Yeah, we'll put it in a bag for you.
Like, no need.
Okay.
There we go, like this.
All right, so you're just eating raw rabbit.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yes, it's even better raw.
So yeah, if you can help us, find, get there. There's supposed to be. We did get a transmission from one of our people up there, and he said there's this big floaty metal sphere, and covered in weird symbols and stuff like that. So
a floating metal sphere.
Yeah, like about 6-8 feet in diameter, something like that. You can bring it down to us. We can pay you for it because we got a lot of salvage that a couple of ships crashed down here over the war. We got nothing better to do on this planet than to get stuff up, so we can pay you.
Right. Well, I can't make any promises, but I think once we get our actual instructions, I'm sure we could make time for stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. I mean, you guys can make spends if you want to figure more things out.
Like, we're in this for the money after all.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, so you two can think about if you want to make any spends, if you want to ask these people more stuff, or try and figure more things out.
Or just take a face rabbit.
Yeah, take him a face rabbit.
By the way, that's hold on. Well, I mean, it's not the protein paste, but would you want some rabbit? I said, want some rabbit?
No, thank you.
More for me.
All right. Are you taking a skinned or unskinned rabbit?
Please. Skinned.
Okay, all right. So meanwhile, back in the mayor's office. Let's hear. Grandpa Sampson is there. He is very much a 19th century robber baron-esque figure. White cigar.
I assume that this
bolo
is the
tie,
person
white
we are
suit.
supposed to speak. No, it would be white, or it would be a black ribbon tie.
Yeah.
A white Van Dyke beard.
Picture Colonel Sanders. If you
Glasses.
will.
No, I know. It's
Yeah.
white suit.
Smoking a big cigar, and he said, "Well, hello, lasers. You must be. You're not a Gary, and you're not a Gary.
No.
Oh, you must be the. Is Gary busy elsewhere?
Gary.
I was told I'd be talking to a human.
Do you have issues with speaking with non-humans?
Oh no, of course not. Not with." Special troubleshooters that with your weird alien piercing eyes. It's fine.
It's fine, man.
Yeah, okay.
We're all the same energy underneath.
Oh, you're one of those.
It's like fine like wine.
Yeah. Anyways, I got we got a lot of work around here, but the most pressing issue is up on our moon, which is called Ford, after the famed storyteller, John Ford, and he, anyways,
Oh, Jesus.
So the moon, there's some sort of structure on it, buried underneath the surface, and we don't know what it was. And of course, we didn't care about it so much, but y'all came back with your spaceships. We had everything fine. We were just going to live normal lives. Those Molar didn't even touch us because we didn't have any spaceships. But no. Anyways, I'm not bitter. So here's the thing. We contracted out a crew to make sure that there's no threat. We got to make sure that everyone's real paranoid about that. The Karenites scared everybody because when they came by, they says, "Look, guys, there's this massive alien thing on your moon, and that could be a threat to everyone." And I thought they're just riling people up, and they said, "Oh, well, but don't worry, because we care about you, we'll just go and dig it out and make sure it's not a threat." It's like, you ain't doing nothing by yourselves. I don't trust those damn cultists. So, so I made sure that they got a big ship. We have plenty of money here. We maybe look simple to you, but we got lots of creds. We can. So I bought a big ship and I called it the Mayflower, because that's a classy name. And we need a lot of people for it. And of course, nobody trusts everybody, so I had to let on not only my own people, I had to bring on some of the rebels, and of course some of the Karenites, because they're the only ones who know about xenoarchaeology. And
okay, we have to make sure this guy lives.
and so they've been up there a week, and they
have not reported in.
No, they reported in up until yesterday. But they said there's some meson shrapnel, and so they're getting some interference. And, that happens. Our star is an Ashen star, so we do get a bunch of anomalies. Nothing to be worried about.
What, me worry?
Just a few times, not even, like on the third planet. We're the fifth planet, it's fine. We're far enough away, we're fine. So, look, you just go up there, make sure they're okay, tell them to fix their damn comm system.
Have any chronoquarks been detected?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. Maybe? I don't know. We got, if you want to talk to our one science person who learned the forbidden knowledge just to keep the rest of us safe, you can go talk to Glinda. She's down the street, in her observatory. But just get on up there, say hi, tell them to fix their damn radio or telegraph, space telegraph. I'm trying to get that term. You think that would catch on, space telegraph?
It is
spacecraft. How about that, spacecraft? That sounds better, right? Spaceograph?
Spaceograph would be better than spacecraft.
Spaceograph.
You need at least 3 syllables.
Oh, okay.
Although if it is a space...
See, that's why I'm paying you. So... I
think that space telegraph doesn't exactly fit, but on the other hand, starograph would also.
Yeah, we're not real comfortable with this kind of fancy technology that almost extinguished all intelligent life, because it was totally the fact that we had this massive empire that spanned the galaxy that caused the Moilar to attack us because they perceived us as a threat clearly, and so our only long-term survival strategy is to live with simple technology on isolated planets and to not.
Hey man,
yeah,
chill.
I'm sorry.
It's just words.
It's just common sense.
Words. Just words.
Yeah. So, anyways, sorry for wanting to perpetuate and survive for my species.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we are not here to upset your cart of apples.
Okay.
We are actually here to make sure that everything is on track.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
So we will go to your moon, and we will make sure that your men are safe.
Yes. And women. We're everybody. We're kind of running
We will make sure that all of your sophons are safe.
Yes.
Be they male, female, or
energy.
Completely indeterminate gender.
Damn Karenites. What with their learnings and their radical. Anyway, he starts grumbling.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You can shout at the sky all you wish. We will deal with the problem. After all, that is what you have hired the lasers for.
Yes. Yeah, you take care of it. Make sure they contact me. Make sure you deal with whatever problems they have. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's just it's the meson shrapnel, whatever that is.
Like, I have words. I have the best words.
Yeah. Do either of you?
A dust storm.
Do either of you want to use any investigative points or anything?
Well, Let's see. I don't know if it will do any good here, but let's see. Let's.
Would my ability to understand energy signatures?
You need. Well, I mean,
No,
for
would
free.
that help with anything with like?
Bullshit detector?
Well, bullshit detector. You could make a spin on that if you want to. For free, energy signatures will tell you meson shrapnel actually is a thing.
That disrupts energy signatures.
It can. It's a. Let's see. There actually is an entry for it. 191 to 192. In brief, it's basically technobabble that can wave a hand wave. The war not only scarred the peoples and the worlds, but space itself. Weapons by the Moilar, or was it the Combine, destabilized quantum bonds between matter particles, leaving behind trails of a dangerous half-substance dubbed meson shrapnel. So it can block scanning waves, it can temporarily alter weapon trajectories, it can amplify scans or transmissions, it can do all kinds of crazy sci-fi bullshit.
Meson waves, that's some messed up energy, dude.
Yep, meson shrapnel.
Meson shrapnel.
Yep, so basically, and it's also the Ashen star is a thing, that basically the star has weird anomalies that can alter time and space. So lots of plot devices here. So that is so for free you get that, but in order to make a spin, you'd have to have some data to analyze.
Yeah.
So
And this whole planet was an ancient Indian burial ground.
so
Bullshit detector?
Bullshit detector. You could spend 2 points, up to 2 points.
Okay.
For free. You know he's being evasive about something or not revealing key details about it.
Let's see. Let's do 1 point.
Okay, 1 point. So how do you call him out on this?
Mr. Mayor, you do realize that all information that you could provide would be of most help to us. If you are holding back any information, all it serves to do is keep us freaky aliens with weird, piercing stares on your planet that much longer. I don't think that you want my
Plus,
piercing
it's just
stare
bad
egg in your
juju,
face
man.
even longer than necessary, do
Are we
you?
staring? I don't blink. I can do that.
Whoa, how dare you impugn my good character? You.
I am not impugning your good character, sir.
Make an emotion suppressor roll. Difficulty will be 2.
Spending 1.
All right, you succeed because it was simple, but he yells in your face. It violates your personal space bubble, and so you have to suppress the urge to get angry
Punch him
about
out,
that.
man.
I am going to level the more unblinking stare at him.
All right, he says, "Look, all I know is, we didn't just send the rank and file up there. We sent some, I sent." The Karenites sent Essa, who's actually reminds me of you. Well, you're one of them ballas, yeah. And then the rebels sent this jerk who's been running a radio station, even though those should be illegal. He calls himself Ragnar. He's got the name from music or something. Anyways, so he's a rabble rouser. But then my own grandson Jebediah is up there, and
That's a great name.
thank you.
Jebediah
Sir?
Simpson. I'm certain that there are bounties written about him.
Ma'am thing?
Yeah. Ma'am? Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, Ethel. Yeah, sorry. And I just know when they set off, they were all already yelling and quarreling at each other. So maybe they aren't working too well together. Maybe. I have full faith. It's not Jebediah's fault, whatever it is, because he is a good and honest man.
Blame's a false notion.
Yeah. So maybe they don't work too well, but definitely, if anything happens, make sure you bring Jebediah back, alive and intact. His mother, don't. I will be shot, is what I'm saying, if anything happens to him.
It is all right. Teamwork is always a constant,
Okay.
whether the team is good or bad.
Okay.
People will work together to survive despite personal differences.
All right. So you
And
give.
if Essa is a Bala like me, you can rest assured that Essa will keep all emotion out of the equation. Because that is what we Bala do.
Great.
Balladoo.
Well, yeah, of course it would be that Ragnar's fault. It's totally the rebels' fault. I mean, if there has to be a sacrifice, if you can't fit, I'm just saying, it's tragic for sure. They will get great spots in our cemetery, and we will have a great funeral. But anyway, I'm sure that will be necessary. But if it is, anyway, so yeah, you get information because you spend a point. So meanwhile, at this point, back at the rebel brutalist bunker,
at the ranch.
yeah, bunker. So they've given you basically something that they've asked about. Did you want to make any spins while you're here? You don't have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just ways to, as you can see, you get more information.
Right.
I got what I wanted out of him. Like this rabbit, I'm putting that on my list of beings, of creatures that I find delicious.
Yeah, we can hook you up, man. We can, if you want. Hey, man, next time if you're going to be here a while, bring some trade goods. We can trade you for some rabbit.
Right. How are they alive?
I don't know. Look, man. Look, if you want, we can give you some breeding rabbits, and you can raise your own. They do pretty well in space.
Space bunny.
Well, I'd have to bring that up with my team.
Do you?
Well, do you know? Have you ever shared the confines of a ship?
No. What's
Well,
it
let me
like?
tell
I
you.
bet it's great.
Well, actually, in some ways it is. You know, it's you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. No one tells you anything. No one tells you what to do. Well, you do have to get along. It's like sharing a house. You know, you have to.
Oh yeah, we share this bunker.
Yeah, they really don't want you to secrete resin on anything that's outside of your area.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good. No resin here. Resinless.
I'm not even. I don't even think I can do that. But they tell me not to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's he's got to be courteous. Like he doesn't want anyone messing with his stuff, or he'll kill you, as he's been known to do. I respect him though, because I don't want to die, or I don't want to have to try to kill him too. But it wouldn't work because he's really tough.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'll regale them when it's like to.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend for that. They want to learn more about the Combine and the rest of the universe because they were raised to be cowboys, and then they find out there's fucking starships and stuff. They're kind of pissed at that. Weirdly enough. Yeah.
Like a spaceship cowboy.
Besides, just going into human history, you know what the Wild West was actually like? It was terrible. Let me tell you the stuff they had to go through.
Yeah, you can do that for free. If you want to make a spend, you can get some kind of benefit if you want to solidify.
Why not?
All right, how many points do you want to spend?
Just one.
All right.
I'm letting them know, so it's kind of like to help them. They don't like the maybe well, we don't want to live this way. Good, because let me tell you what it was really like.
Okay. Well, they trust you implicitly. You tell them a lot of information about it. And you have hold a strange charisma over them, so you'll get 3 bonus pool points when dealing with the rebels. You can draw on that to have them help you in some way. So it's like preparedness, preparedness, but with rebels. So like anytime you're near one of the rebels, they will. You can spend those points to have them help you in some way.
Hey, it's a storyteller.
It's a storyteller. Yeah, there you go. So at this point,
The story bug.
the story bug, yeah. Ethel contacts you guys and lets them know the negotiation is done. Or the briefing.
Good. Let's meet up somewhere and discuss our next move.
All right.
They are over the moon about us.
What?
The energies were like all sorts of colors.
As are the rebels, strangely enough.
All right.
Have you ever had rabbit? It is good.
You can literally go to a saloon and drink and talk about what you want to do, or you could get in your
Let's
shuttle.
literally go to a saloon and have a drink.
Literally go to a saloon and have a drink.
I have no idea what. I'm guessing this is mostly like earth-based liquor.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I don't think I've had it before. I want to try
They
it.
are primarily serving whiskey and beer. Warm beer.
Yep.
Because if they're trying to be authentic, ice is a thing that they do not have.
Okay. So yeah, there's that. Tom, Casey. What are you ordering? Whiskey or beer?
I'll try a whiskey.
All right, you try.
Not like it's it's like, and that's not a beer glass.
Yeah.
A beer stein full of whiskey.
Okay.
I don't think I'm. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is yet.
You get a shot glass of whiskey. How is it?
Do you eat the whole glass?
Yeah, give me a D-
I think you would know what
give me a
glass is.
D6. I'm like, huh? Like, well,
It tastes like burning.
actually, well, my insides are on fire, but not in a bad way. Strange. It has a very cellulose type taste. Also the burning. And I feel good, but sad at the same time.
Whoa, man.
That is the desired effect of
Your
that.
arm just got a little wavy.
It's like, oh, another one, please.
Okay, all right.
Essentially, it's like, it looks like he hates it. Like, yes, I hate this. Like, more? Please.
All right, so at this point, the people are aware of you. You can see it's a cowboy bar or saloon, obviously.
I see there's the piano going.
There is a piano going. There are, typical kind of Westworld going to set
Quite a
up.
few sour notes.
Yep.
I wonder if that pianist actually knows how to play the piano.
I'm also guessing card games going on.
Yeah, yeah.
All that kind of.
All those cliches and tropes. So you info dump to each other, which only takes one. It doesn't take too long. What do you want to do?
One glass of whiskey.
You do have one free lead, that you know about Glinda, the cowboy science person.
Well, yeah,
And we also know that the Karanites decided to send one of their own. There was a fellow Bala.
Yeah, well, that was a leader. They sent multiple people for each faction, so there's like 100 people up there, 30 from each faction, more or less.
I say we check in with this.
Essa was the leader of them.
I say we check in with this person at the observatory, because quite frankly, the lack of certain technology makes me uneasy. I say very quietly.
Yeah. I mean, there are people, you do see people using such primitive weapons, revolvers and, Winchester rifles. Well, you know what they are.
I'm going to say, please, I'm actually like, okay, please don't tell me that those are gunpowder weapons.
Those are indeed gunpowder weapons.
Actually, I'm just going to walk up to someone with one like, excuse me, is that a gunpowder projectile weapon?
What? It's a 6-shooter is what it is.
Yes.
Iron.
Yes, but the ammunition it fires, are they metal-based, are they metal projectiles propelled with gunpowder?
You from some sort of city fancy boy? Is that what it is? You trying to make fun of me?
Like,
I'll draw down on you.
like, no, I'm just wondering if this is a fine creation of the wonderful people at Colt Industries.
Are you making a spend?
Another, human history.
You know that for free. That's not impressing the guy. Do you want to make an interpersonal skill spend?
Well, unless it's going to be me trying to scare him or flirt with him.
Go for it,
That
Tom.
could be flirting.
Yeah.
Do it.
Is that a 6-shooter? Or are you just happy to see me? You could try.
The thing
and scare
is,
him.
my character actually has a thing for humans.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do you
Why
want
not?
to do? Like, you're not getting this for free. He's not going to tell you about his weapon.
Actually, yeah,
Which one?
flirting.
All right.
I'm actually now come on. Look, it's like, I'm just like, all I really want to know about your weapon.
Oh, come on.
It's like the weapon
Tell
at
me
your
about
side
that
right
fancy,
All right.
that
Well,
super fancy pearl-handled 6-shooter.
I'll even run the finger.
Be a good boy now.
you've invoked emotions he never knew he had.
The aura on that man has just turned
It's very confused right now.
sparkly.
So basically, he hands you the pistol and says, "Look, I don't know the details. We're supposed to stay we're supposed to stay true to the culture at all times."
Actually, it's like
There's a factory.
It's like one set of arms around.
Yeah.
Like you are just check it. Is it gunpowder or is it more high tech?
It's basically like style. It looks like the weapon, but it's made with modern fabrication technologies. So
it wasn't handcrafted.
No,
But is
no.
it like a disruption pistol?
No, it actually shoots iron.
Okay.
It is a
projectile weapon.
It's a projectile, but it's made with not with gunpowder, but with a modern, more whatever their
A more modern propellant.
Yeah.
Probably maybe even caseless ammo.
Nope. It does.
Right.
It's
That's-
basically if you ask somebody from the 25th century to make a revolver that replicated that, that's what they would do. He says there's a factory at the edge of town where they crank these out. We ain't supposed to talk about it. We're supposed to stay in character.
I'll put a
And
finger to his
you know,
lips. Then like close the weapon, like hand it back to him, like
okay.
Just
What's his name, by the way?
like
Eugene?
Slim.
Huge Slim. All right.
It's like
Dang it.
it's like Slim. It's like Slim. Like you've told like because of you, I know everything I need to know.
Okay.
Like I want you to know that you are very sweet and delectable.
Okay. He's
Wow,
very
Casey.
confused.
It's just like
You really expanded his aura.
then as I come back and sit back down, like I totally would. Oh yeah.
All right. So you know where
In fact, because I don't think I've done a male human.
You do understand the notches on their belts are for kills, not for sexual conquest.
yes, I know that's exactly what they're for.
and that man does appear to have 7 notches.
Yeah. Apparently.
Like
Slim's a killer.
It's like, yeah. Well, so am I.
So yeah, the advantage you get from that is
as I said, no, truly, for the record, I totally would.
Okay. Well, he's not that far yet. Well, you know, you've raised question in his mind, but
His aura's expanded.
yeah, it's expanded. It's not quite at that
Like,
level.
by the way, when we leave, I am gonna like.
yeah, he's drinking quite a bit.
It's like why? Like why am I thinking this?
Exactly. So, so you found out about the weapons. They apparently. You realize that when this resort was initially set up, that in order to provide costumes and props for all their actors, that they had their own automated production system.
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they weren't going to use authentic 19th century Earth weapons.
Well, those would be like 600 years old and
But
impossible
dude,
to get.
oh man, imagine if we brought some of those here. But they might pay for that.
They would. Those would make you incredibly rich because those would be super rare. Because Earth is a wasteland now.
Well, good. So no one else is there. So like,
But
Let's go Wally that shit.
but
fuck this contract. Let's go to Earth and loot this place.
yeah, let's might as well look closer. So basically, you realize, with that, that's the heart. You know, they've obviously retooled or they've jailbroke it so they can make as many weapons as they want that are actually lethal and not non-lethal props. So if one were to want to help the cowboys or to cripple them as a faction, that's where you would go. Because that's the heart of their. It's just one automated factory system. They don't have the means to. If it's totally they can repair it and maintain it, but they can't.
If it blows up,
if it blows up, it's gone. So that's what you get for that point. So
Okay.
what do you want to do? So you're going to Glinda's house?
Yeah, let's go to
All right.
Glenda's.
Yeah, you can walk down. It's not too far. It's actually has a 19th century telescope on little dome on the there. There's not. I mean, there's not street lights, and it's actually getting dark. So it's actually getting dark because they're using. It's built like a 19th century Western town. So
Are they actually
they have
lighting
oil
gas?
lanterns,
Like this?
or replica oil lanterns.
I'm just gonna look at them lighting them like.
And they're probably not going to light all of them.
Nope.
Just a few along the street so that people can see where they're going.
Yep.
How do they live?
There are rebels though that have little flashlights and stuff like that. Cowboys yell at them, and there's clearly
Fuck you! I got a flashlight.
that's literally happens in front of you. Fuck you, I have a flashlight. Pretend Sean said that because that would be Sean. So you get there. There are lights.
It's the weirdest argument I have ever heard. Fuck you! I've got a flashlight.
You get there. You knock on the door. A woman who is dressed like a school marm, about late 30s or whatever. It's just like, hello, my name. Hello. Oh, you must be. You're obviously from out of town. Please come in.
Like, thank you.
I can. Did you need something fixed? I do have some repair equipment here.
Actually, we were hoping to be speaking with Glenda.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Excellent. Well, we had some questions about the moon and the expedition to the same.
Oh, okay. At this point, a sort of a 5 foot tall, grayish skinned humanoid, like the same color as like a dolphin, grayish white, narrow, unblinking eyes, comes in carrying tea. You know this as a Kobir. They are genetically engineered humanoids or created by the Mohilar. They were engineered to not have free will, so they obey anyone's commands. And so it's become like in Combine culture, this is problematic because like there's a movement to free them of their genetic programming. But on the other hand, they're asexual and they can become pregnant on command. Like you can tell one to become pregnant and it does. So, and they only need 500 calories a day to survive. So people are figuring if we give them free will, they'll just outpopulate us. Nobody's sure what to do with them, but there's a lot of them left over. And some people ship them to fringe worlds like this to use the people of these synth cultures can use them as servants and extra labor, which is what Glinda is apparently doing. So she, I just made tea. I just had to make tea for myself. Do you want some?
What is tea?
That is leaf juice.
Boiled leaf juice.
It's like, I had onions today, so I'll try some.
Your rabbit?
Well, the rabbit was delicious. Want some?
All right, so please make 3 tea. 2. You want tea?
I'm good, man.
It's like make 3 teas. Don't get pregnant.
Okay. Well, it'll only be me now.
That's.
Yeah. I mean, if I die or if I give it away to someone else, then it'll obey them. But
Give it away now.
Yeah. So, what can I... so you tell her, about that.
We info dump to her.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I have a radio system here. We had to make compromises in order to survive. So I'm one of the forbidden bearers of knowledge, essentially. I'm sort of an outcast, but, I get to live in a house with central air and heating, so, yeah.
Good. Happy though.
A sane person.
Yeah. Well, I'm always sort of looked down upon as a necessary evil, and I'm the first. There were more people like me, but they tended to disappear during troubled times.
Good and evil are constructs. It's fine.
You're so right.
If someone shoots me in broad daylight, I don't think my killer would be brought to justice. So it's got its quirks.
Have you suffered any grievous wounds?
No. I'm hypothetical.
This is very good tea, leaf juice.
Yeah. English breakfast. So I don't know. I'm not going to research.
I know what that is.
Yeah. So she says, we last communication was 23 hours ago. I thought it was meson shrapnel, but I'm not sure. They said they were getting pretty deep in the ruins, and they were nearing their radar detected a large chamber that they were about to break into, a sealed chamber that opened up into a network of tunnels. So it looked like they were hitting the. This whole thing got started because there's something on that planet that emits occasional signals, and the Karenites picked it up. And they did a scan, they're revealing that there's artificial structures buried inside the moon on Ford. And so they, alerted everybody about that. Nobody knew about that ahead of time. No, we don't know how long it was up there. I'm not a xenoarchaeologist. Essa was, so she, might know, or she was there to study it. So I assume, maybe my theory is that when they open up the tunnel chamber, that signal got a lot stronger. It was not shielded, so until they shut it down. So, I mean, I have a telescope and I've been able to see the moon. I haven't seen any changes, but it's just, I see the Mayflower on the surface, and then, they just dug straight underneath the ship. So, I don't know if I would see anything unusual. I mean, if the ship blows up, I'll know, but...
I would like to think you would,
yeah. Should I worry? I was kind of expecting them to go radio and communicado. I was kind of half expecting that to happen, but...
Well, there's a chance. There's a chance we'll get there and find out it's just a down transmitter.
Is there a safe word that we should use when communicating with your friends?
I got a
safe word. What do you mean?
Password. Some way that they can know that we are friendlies, so that we don't get fired upon.
I guess you can say Grandpa Samson sent you. The mayor. I mean, they know that lasers. There's a lot of
sense.
other things. We've had problems with varmints, claim jumping, and cattle rustling. So there's a lot of things.
I know what those things are.
Yeah,
I say out loud, like, I know what those things are.
yeah. And the Karenites are talking about some prophecy of
got
doom
that.
that they've
I
had
got that
visions.
reference.
Yeah, that's some doom is coming to our planet.
Well, when is Doom not coming?
Well, I was hoping anyway. So yeah, I that's a really good idea. We should do that in the future. I hadn't thought of that.
Well, see, we're hired to help.
Yeah,
That's what
we're
we do.
really new to this whole off-world mission stuff. The whole point was not to have to know how to do that stuff.
Which is a fair point. Is there a preferred radio frequency that you use to communicate with them?
140.31 or whatever. Sorry.
What information do you have on this sphere with strange markings?
I don't know about anything about any sphere.
I
You have bullshit detector?
Yeah, I got bullshit detector.
All right, you want to make a spin?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
How much do I need to spend?
You can spend 1 or 2.
If you spend one, I'll spend one.
Let's go for it. Okay.
Okay. The two of you together realize, yes, no, she knows exactly what you're talking about and doesn't want you to know about it.
Glenda, I may not know a lot about human physiology, but I do know a few things. One is that you answered extremely quickly, and that the other is that you looked to the left before you said anything. Both of those are obvious tells when someone is feeling worried, feeling paranoid, or is outright lying.
Hold them off! And then she jumps out the window. The co-beard jumps in front of you.
Well, when she says, hold him off, just fire.
Okay. What ability are you using?
Shoot.
Shoot. Okay. How many points do you have in that?
I've got 5 points in shooting.
Okay. Let's see here.
And I am aiming at Glenda. 2, I am shooting from the hip. And I am using my beaconator so that whenever one of my...
Hold on, one thing at a time. Let me figure this out. Who gets to go first? Because it's highest person, highest rating goes first. So let's see here. So you're using a shoot of 5. She has. Hold on, these people have a lot of abilities. Trying to figure out which the exact best NPC stats to use. She has an athletics 6, so she will get to make her check first. So she'll spend 2. She needs a 4 to jump through the window and get out of sight first. Let's see here. So she does that. Because you had to draw your weapon first. And let's see here. Picking which stats to use. I'll use the minor for that one. I should use the thug. Alright, so the thug is going to... You get to go before him. So she's out of sight. She jumps through the window first.
I will use my athletics to leap out the window after her.
Okay. What's your athletics? Well, actually, you already declared that you were shooting first. So you shoot the wall. He will use his scuffling forward to try and grab you. He's not trying to hurt you. He's just trying to hold you. He doesn't spend any points. What's your scuffling or athletics at?
My athletics is at 4 and my scuffling is at 5.
Okay. So it's not above 8. So your hit threshold is a 3. So he does grab onto you. So you're being grabbed by the Kobeer. So the rest of you were surprised by this.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you spent a point. So
Yeah.
His bullshit detector, he knew she was going to be doing
No,
something.
so what are you doing?
I'm pursuing.
What is your shoot, though? If your shoot is higher than her athletics, you'll get your shot off before
Oh yeah,
she-
my shoot's well above her athletics. It's a 12. So.
All right. Are you spending any points?
Yeah, I'll spend 2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Nope.
All right.
3.
Miss hits the door or hits the wall.
Yeah.
She jumps out the window. So new round. What's your athletics? She is running. Her athletics pool is a 6, so or her rating is a 6.
Well, she's got 4 left because she's got.
Well, no, you use your rating for your initiative. So,
Mine's an 8.
Okay, so you get to go before her, so you can jump after her.
Yeah,
it's 4 to jump through the window.
What is it to just crash through the wall?
I'll say 6 because it's a wall.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll jump.
Yeah, weird. Now, the hole is easier to go through than the solid object.
5.
If you were Durug, it would be the other way around.
That's 5, so...
All right, you jump through the window. You're right behind her.
Yeah.
You basically, if you make... it'll be a chasing. So she has 1 distance between you. So if she fails 1 check and she fails her check, you're the only one who can jump through the window. So let's see if if you catch her this round. So she needs a 4 again. She has 2. She has 4 points left. She'll spend 2.
Okay.
All right, so she makes it.
Yeah.
So
she's
booking it, but you're right behind her.
Right.
All right. So you're being held by the Kobir. You can shoot him with your non-lethal gun if you want to. I'll give you a +1 on that because he's literally holding you.
Please don't make this harder on me than it has to be.
Okay, so you're shooting him.
Yeah.
Go and roll.
Not going to spend.
Okay. Yep, you hit him. He falls down. All right. What about you two?
And by the way, since I can specify, I'm using my Stockholmer on him.
Okay. Well, he's a Kobir, so it's going to work real well. So.
I kind of figured.
I am just gonna look around her house for any weird
There's a lot of weird
energy signals or weird reports about energy signals.
Okay.
Or
are you using an ability?
Sure. Let's use
Energy detector?
Well, that's what I'm wondering if I should use energy signatures or if I should use neurosight. I think probably energy signatures because neurosight.
That's an investigative ability.
Biographic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
All right, so that'll take you a little time, but yeah, she has some computers and sensors and stuff set up, so you can start reading those. But
gunfire, scuffling, and you just calmly walk over to a computer.
You know,
yeah, no, you
it doesn't really matter. It's just
I'm sorry, I'm just seeing her just walk over this.
No. Casey.
Out the window and giving chase?
Yeah, I'm not.
You can go through the front door and try and cut her off.
I'll try.
All right, what's your athletics? Yeah.
One of yours.
Sure.
Are you spending any?
I'll spend 1.
Okay. What's your pool?
5.
Okay.
6.
Okay. 6. Yeah. With a 6, you are right. Basically, if she fails 1 check, both of you would have to fail the checks, and she would have to make 2 checks. Both of you would have to fail 2 checks, and she would have to make 2 checks in a row to get away from you. So,
okay.
Unless she calls for help because you're strangers harassing a local. But she's a low cast, so who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So new round. I'll make her roll. She has 2 points left, so she's going to try and get away again. 2, 4. Oh, but she fails.
She fails.
So the question is, can you make your check?
Yeah.
Casey, accuse her of rustling. Accuse her of stealing your cattle.
Not helping.
No,
Right.
it is.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to spend 3. Make sure I make this for a 9.
Yeah, you easily tackle her.
Yeah.
She sees the insect warrior, like, oh, and then gets out from behind.
Once that's done, are you all right?
Yeah, she's breath, you knocked the breath out of her, or when he did.
It's okay, it's this.
If you have
That wasn't necessary, by the way. Very nice. I like doing that.
If you have apprehended the lady, please bring her back inside before she starts screaming for help.
So you bring her back. By this time, you figured out the energy signatures. There's quite. How many points are you spending? 0.
I will spend 2 because I have a boost in that, so I'm actually only spending 1.
Okay.
But
for
I'm spending 2.
1. Yeah. She's been doing. She knows a lot more than she was letting on about this. There is a weird signal coming out on a rhythmic basis that's actually it centers here, but like you could tell it's reaching the entire solar system, actually going past the solar system.
Guys, this energy signal's going like everywhere.
So
Fascinating.
like you
Just here.
No, but like
Everywhere.
everywhere.
there is this sphere that is about 6 feet in diameter. She has an initial scan of it. It matches no known technology, at least from the 7 major species. Not Mohilar. It looks to be very, very old.
We wouldn't know, would we?
Not well. Yeah, they're
We don't forget it when we're investigating it, so therefore it can't be.
Yeah,
That's the only way to know.
that's actually basically her conclusion. So it's an unknown technical artifact that's still powered up. The initial indications that the chamber has been sealed up for like millions of years. So this is a very old chamber. So, and then there's a encrypted communication, like a encrypted series of communiques that she sent out to a source outside the solar system. But you don't. But it's like she's logged out. She wasn't currently reading these messages.
Guys, look at these crazy words.
So she was talking to someone outside the solar system, but it's encrypted right now. So you'd have to make another spin. But you did find it.
Well, I mean, can I like
Yeah. Well,
copy it or whatever?
Yeah, you can
load
copy
it up
the
to
data.
Gary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a cryptography skill or is it data retrieval? Or there's both.
I mean,
Decryption.
there's decryption, which I also
Decryption,
have a
yes.
point in.
Decryption. That would be the ability.
What about Gary?
Is there a
What do you call
Gary
it?
skill?
Well, let's see if Gary has it.
Well,
Maybe.
I have another idea that may not be
I have
the
decryption, by the way, guys.
nicest.
Or we could actually.
Oh, wait a minute. If you've got decryption,
I have decryption.
Okay,
I have a plan B should it fail.
Let's find a way to get Ross to have to do that voice again.
Okay. So you're calling Gary up?
Or do you want to do it?
No, if Gary can do it, let's have Gary do it. Let's ask him.
All right. So who's calling Gary?
Gary, man.
Oh, hey. I thought, how you doing? I'm doing very good.
I found some crazy words, man. You got any decryption skills?
Oh, yeah. Well, Gary knows about the kinds of stuff. He's real useful. Definitely. You're not... Definitely not finding a new captain, right?
Nah, man.
Okay.
Gary, you're the only captain for us.
Okay. I found this other. Who is Frank? I found a captain suit with the word Frank on it, and
Like that. It's fine.
Okay.
It's nothing.
okay. That's nothing to worry about.
It's like-
You don't find a new.
It's like I thought we agreed to not mention Frank.
I found a suit
did
back
not.
here.
Gary, it's okay, man. All captains are one.
I thought we got his name off everything.
You are Frank.
Okay.
Frank
Plan
is
B.
you.
Wait.
We should shoot Glinda with the Stockholmizers on full, and then when she wakes up, she will tell us what she knows.
Let's try it without first. This can't be your solution to everything. Is shoot them with that thing.
It is a perfectly
not?
rational solution to this
Well,
problem.
of course, from you. I mean, you're you, but he's supposed to be a healer.
So,
Isn't there some oath you have to take?
You will notice that my pistol is currently set to stun.
Yes,
unlike
but
yours.
that's still harming them.
Gary says, yeah, I can decrypt it. It'll take some time. I'll have to brush up on, I'll have to load that up, Lender.com, how to decrypt messages.
No, bro, it's fine. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. No worries. Don't worry about your Wi-Fi. I mean, your space internet bills. I just have to look up a couple of things. Don't worry. I can do it.
Gary, don't
Ross,
worry,
Ross,
man.
it's the literal Ethernet.
Yeah, it's the Ethernet.
I just wanted to check and see because
Gary can give
I
you
wanted to
the
make
zero.
sure
Yeah.
that you had time and space.
Oh, I'm
Gary.
real busy. I mean, we're going through all the check logs, the ship, and, making
Captain's logs.
captains. Yeah, no, we're making sure everything's tip top.
All right.
Is that porn I hear in the background?
No, that's actually that was. It looks like it's the engine. It's been making a funny sound since I adjusted the rotators. It's really weird. You wanna? I don't know if you're an engineer. Maybe get KC up here because I may have unscrewed something important. I know it's fine. It's fine. I'm just joking. I'm joking. It's not. It's fine. Anyways, so
of all the candidates we screened, the one holding will inspire and lead recklessly for food was not the best choice.
I think he's doing fine for the purpose we need him for.
Captain Gary has yet to steer us wrong. Although Captain Gary has only been on the job for about 3 weeks.
yeah.
Guys, I'll spend my decryption.
All right, so you spin your decryption. So it'll take you some time to do that. So
In the meantime, can I spend 2 points on interrogation to get the information out of Glinda?
well, first you have to wake her up because or no, she was the you didn't.
She was
you
tackled. No, I
just
you zapped
tackled
the
her.
Cobra, yeah.
We haven't zapped her with the Stockholm.
Well, she jumped out the
yet.
window. So a couple of sheriff's deputies are coming. He's like, "Hey, what's going on in here? We're here to report what's noise and there's a broken window here."
We are handling a situation.
Your mayor sent us, dude.
I do
Go
believe
talk to
that-
the mayor.
I do believe that posse rules are in effect here.
Okay, well, all right, hold on. Just don't do nothing. Let me can I come in? So I mean, they're right outside. So
I go outside.
yeah, so like, well, we kind of, someone said they saw Glenda jump out and was running away from y'all.
She saw
She
saw a
running
varmint.
a race.
She saw a varmint in here.
I ain't no varmints around here.
Well, she thought she saw one.
That doesn't sound like Glenda at all. Let me talk to Glenda.
She's sleeping, man.
She's sleeping pretty hard. She had a nasty.
There's a lot of whiskey.
Are you making a point spin?
I am totally not.
Okay, well,
Unless you want to go like,
guess what? It doesn't work.
okay, unless you want me to actually go like, hey, it's okay. You don't need to worry about that.
I would like.
Flattery won't work in this. I mean, the flirting won't work in this case. But yeah.
I could spend negotiation.
Okay, what are you negotiating? Like in terms of, obviously, you don't want them to come inside her house, where you're currently looking through all of her shit, or at least her computers and stuff, and have her held against her will.
So, question: are disruptor pistols silent?
Nope. They make sci-fi sounds. And they're very bright too. Like, it's also, remember how I mentioned it's dark?
Yeah.
And there's oil lanterns. Like, if there's a bunch of light flashes, people are like, oh god, if we're being attacked.
Or burn the witch or something.
Well, yeah. And they actually have real guns, which put real holes in people. So, yeah. I mean, what do you want to do?
Well, I suppose tough guy action flick rules don't necessarily apply. That I
Well,
can negotiate. They don't.
reassurance.
I don't want them to come in. They don't want me to blow them up.
That's an intimidation.
Yeah.
Do you have
Reassurance.
intimidation?
Oh, I have lots of intimidation.
I do have reassurance, though, which would be a slightly less scary way to end this.
Yeah, probably.
Do you want? All right, you can spend
Yeah.
a point on that.
Yeah,
Or
I
do you
will.
want to spend 2 points?
I've only got one.
All right, well, you spend the one. So you buy some time as you're like, let's just, send someone to go talk to the
Chill.
mayor, and the mayor will confirm everything. Everything will be good. And basically,
Mayor will point out the fact that we are lasers operating under his authority, and that he did, in fact, send us to talk to Glinda.
Yep.
And the fact that she jumped out the window when she saw a spider, or a varmint, or some form of fauna
Oh,
inside the house that should not be, will be
Okay.
completely rationally explainable.
sure. All right, so with that, you're able to buy time to finish the decryption. And
And in the meantime, we will take care of that animal, so that she will not jump out the window
don't be
again.
shooting your fancy pistols around here. We're trying to be authentic. So, look, just point us to it, and we'll shoot it with bullets.
But those will also put holes in Glinda's walls where these won't.
Well, that's the law. Was we use bullets. So,
It's all right. I can bite the bullet while I fire this.
no, boo. So, you spend your word decryption. So, Casey, you don't have time to do a 2-point interrogation, but you can do a 1-point interrogation and kind of pull a Batman sort of thing on that.
Do you have interrogation?
No, that's my other guy.
Because I do.
So, all right. Well, you have to be
But
out
I
front.
have to be out front for reassurance.
literally-
'cause-
I have tons of interrogation.
All right, so you can
I'll
spend
go
1
in.
point.
Yeah, I'll spend a point.
All right. So what are you? So this is happening at the same time. So you don't have the decryption data information to use against her. But what are your
I'm
questions?
sorry, I've got the thought running through my mind. It's like, well, Glenda, it looks like it's just you and me and this tray of scalding hot tea.
I was thinking.
Well, she would scream, and like the deputies are right outside. So, but
I was thinking something more along the lines of leaning real close and Glenda, you may either speak to me or you may scream at him.
Like just. And I'll mandible smile.
you get questions, and every question you ask, I roll die afterwards. See if you have time to ask any more. So, what's your first question?
First question is, who are you communicating with outside the system?
Okay. She looks over and says, "It's a buyer. It's an anonymous buyer. Someone who's going to give me enough creds to hire a ship to take me off here and get me to a civilized space."
Do I need to spend on bullshit detector on this whole thing?
No, you're doing. She looks over. You can realize she's going to tell the truth because you're going to find that out anyway.
You just
Right.
want to be free, right?
All right, you get a second question.
Okay. So what are they buying?
The artifact, of course.
Okay.
It's unusual. Something that old, leaving out a signal that long. We don't know when it started the signal, though. There was not apparently records of it. When Karen was here, she didn't note any weird signal coming from the moon. So it must have been recent. So what triggered it? What is it supposed to do? There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Why did you jump out the window when we just asked about the sphere?
Yeah, you get one more question.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stick with Dave's. Yeah. Why run then?
Well, I thought you were going to, honestly, aren't you going to kill me and so you can take it and sell it for yourself? I mean, that's what you lasers do.
Whoa there. Whoa there, human person. That's where did you get
really
that?
harsh.
Where'd you get that idea?
You're lasers. You're mercenary scum. That's what you do. You sell on a planet.
If you're going out into the world, you need to know the people aren't what you tell them to be.
All right. The messenger comes back. Says, "Yeah, the y'all are supposed to. You need to go back to your shuttle. Like your job's on the moon, is what the mayor said. So we aren't gonna arrest you or nothing, but you need to leave.
All right. Well, may I have a moment to collect my crew?
Open the door and we'll supervise you getting your crew.
I turn my gun back into a hand and
Gun hand.
You do that every time you do it. Gun hand.
Yeah.
It's like for the advertisement.
So you have the decrypted data, but that's not
totally how Aaron would do it.
All right. So, yeah, you have to leave.
As we leave, as we walk past, this is a lovely town.
Well, thank you. Tell your friends. We're trying to get the resort back going.
Oh yeah, I definitely think you can.
Yeah.
It's a very tasty place.
No, we're not. We voted not to. I thought we voted to. No, it was the vote was to vote against it. It was worded weirdly, and they start arguing about the ballot issue.
Gentlemen, please.
Yeah.
We could take
You
this
don't-
whole town over.
I understand that issue would possibly create a great deal of confusion. But the thing to look at is that whenever travelers would come to a venue such as this one, they would spend a great deal of money, and in doing so, they would enrich your lives. So, does it not behoove you to increase the tourist industry?
Well, it's not up to you. It was voted on and was voted on against. Anyways, It's a democracy in progress, so it's messy. As you can tell.
Democracy hurts.
Yeah, people. Our marketing consultants said the resort industry wasn't where it should be. We're still recovering from the war and all.
Well, the chart says.
Yeah. Anyways, so you get back to your shuttle. You have time to look at the data. So it looks like Glinda's been in communication with this anonymous buyer for several years now. Apparently, this buyer, who's anonymous from out of the solar system, has been asking, like, hey, is anybody on this planet? And like, yes, of course. Oh, cool. Do you have anything cool to buy? You're like, what kind of things? And so, like, establishing a rapport. And so Glinda has apparently confesses to meeting with the rebels for salvage, and apparently has organized a couple of sales of minor artifacts, far from the city of Rio Bravo.
I think she forgot. When you're in that contact, are you an ancient alien evil? Yeah. Because you have to tell me if you're an ancient alien evil.
It's in the rules.
It is.
So this person has been here, whoever this buyer is, has been cultivating Glinda as a contact for a while, and has been helping her along with advice, and giving her buying some of her stuff, to keep her interested. But yeah, you don't know. Just those of you with any kind of tradecraft kind of skills, this seems kind of fishy that some sort of salvage buyer would spend all this time to cultivate that one contact out on this lone world, unless they knew something big was coming.
Right.
So that's a lead, interestingly. But yeah, when Glinda mentioned, that there's a weird signal, the Karenites have shown up. Karenites are warning there's this danger on the moon. It's like, oh, really? If there's some sort of artifact, I could buy your ticket out of here. Get that for me, and you can.
Especially if it's a big round sphere-shaped artifact that looks something like this.
Oh no! It doesn't. Not that specific. The buyer's too clever. But if there's anything valuable, we'll buy it. Or just data on what's on the moon. So Glinda is, of course, highly illegal because using the government's resources to profit for herself and working with the rebels and the cowboys. And
well, that's corruption. I just can't have that.
Should we intuit that the rebels want off this shithole? Is that why they want the big spear? So they can pay the same way, or are they?
I mean, maybe the buyer's asking. Maybe the buyer's also in contact with the rebels, and just maybe the buyer just says, "Whoever gets me the spear, I'll pay them," or shoot them as soon as they give it to me.
This also is leverage over Glinda.
Yeah.
Because if we were to tell the mayor about all of this and share all of this encrypted communication, they would, what is the phrase, rope her up.
Yeah, she'd probably be executed.
Likewise, if we need if the rebels, per se, have something, we can always dangle this over them, too, if she's dealing out from under them.
Yep.
They wouldn't like it either.
Yes, I'm fairly certain they would also like that.
All right. All right, so... To the moon! To Ford! The moon!
To the moon, Alice!
So you head on your way to the...
Right, get back to the ship.
Yep.
Gary, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Fix that sound in the engine.
Like, I knew you could.
Yep.
I'm just like, but yeah, I'm gonna go make sure the job is typical good Gary, a good Gary job. Translation: did he fuck anything up in the engine room that I have to look at and fix immediately?
Nope. I'm not gonna be that mean.
Yeah. Okay, it's like nothing's broken. Like, okay, so he was doing that thing.
Good guy, Gary.
I just walked by. He was just doing a Gary.
Poor Gary. I like. Anyways.
We understand his needs.
Yeah. All right. So and the next session you'll actually get on the moon. I mean, it's already 10 right now.
Yeah.
So I assume.
Yeah. So it's like time to fly the ship. Time to fly the ship.
Well, it will be. Well, yeah.
Time to do my job.
Transport our meat bodies.
So,
Over there.
questions, comments, suggestions. You guys have fun so far?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've done sci-fi, and I'm very happy.
I'm super excited for this campaign. Like this is.
If I could-
I'm already loving the dynamic
Actually,
going on
I have
with
to
all of
say
us.
no, yeah, I think
If emotion could be shown in this situation, I am certain that the one that would be opted for would be that of pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
man. Yeah.
I'm glad everybody's going to figure out how they're
And you know
rolling
what?
the character.
I'm going to use my drive a lot in this game.
What is your
Second
drive?
thoughts.
Sexual adventure. Yeah.
you missed
Yeah.
it.
I missed that. I missed it somehow. I don't know.
No, it's gonna be
So
fun.
I was talking to that guy. I would.
That's why he's going to be poking all of the cowfolk. Oh, wait a minute.
Congrats, Ross.
Regrets.
You've got quite the ragtag group of adventurers.
next time. Yeah, the next campaign, whatever Tom suggests. No, anyways.
You can't do that, Ross. Otherwise, you're showing favoritism.
Damn it. All right.
Where's your impartiality as a GM, Ross?
Yeah, I guess we'll just link this on to the next one. All right, talk to you guys next time.
Bye.